today we are going to be talking about some sales secrets. Okay, I want to spill some sales secrets for you guys. I did a post this morning. I was super inspired to share with you guys that when it feels like everything isn't working, it's so important that we just go back to the basics. A lot of times the reason why we stop seeing results is because we start overcomplicating it. We stop doing the things that were working in the first place. We just can make our lives so hard. And so I want you guys to have these secrets so that when you only have 10 minutes for the day or whatever, you know how to spend your time. When you're not seeing results, you're like, okay, let me double check those secrets. Let me check in on what that was about and make sure that I'm hitting these different points. Now, as we talk about this, a lot of you might be like, hey, I haven't been doing any of these. And if you have that moment, I want you to freaking celebrate, because when we don't know what is working or not working, we can't change it, right? We can't replicate it. Even good results, sometimes we have an amazing influx of new clients. Everything is on fire in our business and we have no idea why or what happened. And we're kind of just like, that was a fluke, right? Or that was just a busy season. And so we can't replicate it. But if we know what is working and not working, we can actually do something about it. So excited to be here. I also just wanted to take a quick second and welcome all the fresh faces. I'm so happy you guys have found my page, found the podcast, the Successful Hairstylists podcast, and you guys are here hanging out. I do these live podcast recordings every single week, the best that I can, right? I am a human being, but every single week is always my goal. And I try to cover topics that are super relevant to you guys. So we talk about, sales or delivering a luxury experience. My goal always is to help you get more clients, make more money in less time. We have businesses so we can actually go and live our lives. We can actually love our personal life, not so that it runs us, which, let's be honest, as business owners, it happens a lot. So I get it. Okay, so let's jump in to these sales secrets for hairstylists. If you guys can hear me okay and you're ready, please just comment ready in the chat so that I know everything is working well and we're ready to go, and then we'll dive in. So I have 5 secrets that I'm gonna share with you guys, and they are kind of in order of priority. Okay, so number 1, if you're like, what do I do right now? Number 1 is going to be where you start. You can even check that off before you move to number 2. Siobhan, my cutie bestie who encouraged me to work out today, is ready. All right. Okay, so the first sales secret that I have for you guys is money-making activities need to be a priority every single day, okay? Money-making activities need to be a priority every single day. You might be like, what does that mean? Are you speaking in another language? What is a money-making activity? Good question. So if you're not sure what activities actually bring you clients, what activities, how you turn a stranger into a booked appointment, then you definitely need to know what that is in order to make shit happen in your business. So often we are just flying blind. And then when we have time, we want to do the fun, creative stuff, right? We want to work on our website. We want to create a new social media post maybe, or spend time designing a flyer or a graphic. We want to work on inventory, maybe reorganize our space. And I'm not saying those things don't have a place in your business, but what activities can you do that actually get you a client? So that is the first thing, is money making activities are a priority every day. So I'll share a big level view of what those are, but if you don't know, definitely get into my free masterclass. The link is in my bio, or for my audio listeners, it's in the show notes. And this masterclass will lay it out in much more detail for you. But in general, money-making activities are growing your audience, nurturing your audience, and then turning your audience into clients. Okay? So you need to be spending your time on those 3 things over and over and over again in order to keep your business going. And when you find something that works, you need to be consistent with it and really on top of it, because so often, I'm guilty of this too, there's like a whole saying that's like, it worked so good, I never did it again. Like, we forget sometimes what we did to get the success that we're experiencing. So the first sales secret is that money-making activities are a priority every day. Finding new clients, booking strangers into clients, that is your number 1 priority. Okay, number 2, second sales secret for hairstylists. Bring new people into your world all the time. Bring new people into your world all the time. And I would consider this part of the money-making activities, but it's listed here because it is so important. We forget, even my fully booked stylists that are here, we can forget that people are going to move. People's financial priorities might change. Some people are going to pass away. Like, shit happens. And so if we don't have an influx of new people finding us, so finding out about us, following us, joining our email list, all of that, then we are definitely going to notice a decline, because what happens? If no one is finding your page, then you can't nurture them or show them how amazing it is to work with you, and you can't turn them into a client. We get so focused on, well, I don't want them to no-show me, right? I don't want them to no-show me next week when they book, that we're not even getting them to the booking part, because we're so focused on 10 steps ahead. We don't even have people in line waiting to book an appointment to no-show us. So we have to be focused on the very first step of the entire process, which is bringing new people into our world. Now, this can be done in a number of ways. You have collaborations, you have, putting content out, interacting with people, all of this kind of thing, but this has to be on the top of your list, okay? I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. I spend over half of my workday is spent on this, just bringing new people into my world, trying to, find people that I think would be a great fit for this community, working on just introducing myself to a ton of people, not even in DMs, but just going out and making sure that more people are finding me every single day. So this can be ads, it can be organic, whatever that looks like, okay? That was number 2. The third sales secret for hairstylists is that more clients are going to equal more money, okay? And more clients, like if you have the option, more clients or more money, you almost always want to pick more clients. So some of you might, I'm going to break this down for you, okay? So don't freak out yet. So I want you guys to think about, in your business, maybe some of you are fairly far along. You have some really solid booked weeks, and then you have some slow weeks, but you're getting there. Like, for the most part, you're pretty booked up. You just have those random pockets that are empty that you haven't quite figured out how to fill. So what happens is, with the latest techniques and with the latest methods that are super popular, the lived-in textures, all of that, we have clients that go further in between appointments. But what happens is, if we don't have a mix of clientele, you can still have a specialty, but if you don't have a mix of clientele, if you don't have many different clients, many different types of clients who get different services, it is going to be so hard to, and take a longer amount of time to build up a clientele with people who go that far in between, right? Not impossible, but it's going to take some time. So if you are looking to be there, we need to have more clients coming in. So this is going to be your root touch-up clients that are every 4 weeks. This is going to be maybe your specialty haircut clients, right? We want to have more people coming in Because what happens? Then they want to try new things. Then they upgrade their service anyway, and they end up being a high average ticket client. So there's been like a movement lately that's like, I'm not taking everyone. And I totally agree with that. Like, don't take everyone. If you get a bad vibe, like, just don't. But there is value in having more customers and having a variety of services that your customers get in actually building your business. And I can also tell you that, like, only doing one thing is fun until it's not, and then you hate it, okay? Like, maybe that's just for me. I need variety. I don't want to feel like pigeonholed into anything. Like, don't put me in a box or whatever. Like, I can't do it. I need that variety, but I also think it helps us have fresh days, fresh perspectives, fresh ideas. So always err on the side of more customers, okay? Because more customers is more important long term, because you can sell many different things to them. You can see them more often. You can upsell them than just making more money. So if you have to choose, it's always going to be more customers, okay? More clients. So number 4, my 4th sales secret for hairstylists is, if you guys have been here, you've heard me say this before, people are selfish, okay? Sounds a little rude, but people are always asking themselves, what is in it for me, right? Why should I watch this commercial? Why should I read this post? Why should I look at this caption? Why should I open this DM from somebody? Like, why should I answer this call? Like, what is in it for me? Like, I don't want to, right? We have to, like, knowing this has to become the foundation of everything we do. I want you guys to even think about how it's promotion season right now. You know how many people will have their logo huge and then have like the name of their business is really big and like the name of the service, and it's like, no, the biggest part on a promotional flyer should be what is in it for that person, which is probably, 20% off or buy one, get one free or enter to win, right? That should be the biggest visual on a sales flyer, but that should also be forward facing even in your content. When you start a video or you start a post, that point needs to be at the top, right? Why should someone care about what you're about to say? Why? Because you need more clients and but why should they care? And you give them the reason to care. So let's say, for example, and you're going to tell a story about an amazing client, you have a long-term relationship with them. Instead of starting with, I have an amazing client and we've had this long, beautiful relationship, you can say, sticking with the same hairstylist changed my hair forever. Keep reading and then tell the story, right? Now somebody is really going to want to read that. They're like, wait, I have had shitty hair for a long time and I'm not reaching my hair goals. Maybe it's because I keep jumping around a million times, right? But you've taken your same idea and you've given the point right at the front. People are selfish. People are distracted. People have so much going on, and it is not personal towards us. If they don't respond to us right away, if they don't, even if they don't like the post, you know how many posts get you clients that people have never even engaged with and they still become your client? People still read them, but only when we give them a reason to. Okay, so that is number 4. Now, the 5th sales secret, okay, is very important. And it's something that we need to be remembering when we put out content, even when we are talking with our clients. I can think of retail is a great thing that this applies to, but really services in general, okay? Every day you need to give and then you need to ask, okay? So give and ask. Another thing you could think about is just share value and then tell them the next step to take, right? So we want to, with every post, with every story, with all of that, when we are sharing value and we are helping enrich their lives, right? hey, you're shampooing your hair wrong and it's making your hair super dry, which is then making your ends break off, which is why your hair never grows past your bra strap, right? We give them that, and then what do? We show them that next step of how to have better hair. That's booking with you, that's using the right products, that's the services. We can get so worried about coming off salesy or making someone uncomfortable that we forget to ask, right? We're fine with giving. We're fine with giving and sharing and helping. That feels really good. But then it's hard to, finish it off with like, so do you want to book your next appointment, right? So that we can stay consistent on your appointments. Or, so are you going to be taking home all these amazing products? So do you want to come in Thursday or Friday? Like, we can really stall when it comes to that asking part. So what I want you guys to think of is anytime you find yourself sharing, teaching, educating, giving that value, especially on those very simple everyday things that really drive women crazy, right? Like, how can I wear a bun in the shower and not get my hair wet and not get this bump, right? Like, I would read that because I messed that up. It's because I had my hair in a bun in the shower. When you are really solving a problem that your clients care about, that is when they are going to want that next step. You are doing them a disservice by not doing that with them, because they're just going to go Google it. They're just going to go watch an influencer who made a video on YouTube about it. Don't give them enough information to then set them out in the world and be dangerous. Like, give them all of the information, right? So we want to give value and we want to ask. And that should be every single day. Like I said, every post. How this looks, what this sounds like, is just ending it by giving them a very simple next step, right? So I am booking for December. DM me the word hair to get started, right? Easy. If you're having this issue that you just told them how to solve, DM me the word me and I will send you all the product details, right? We want to make that next step so easy. If it's in a story, have them tap a poll if it's something like that. But whatever information you are giving out, give them a next step, because first of all, remember, people are selfish, okay? That was number 4. Our 4th sales secret is people are selfish. But how this also goes is like, people don't want to be embarrassed. People don't want to bother people, all of that. And so if they have a question about what you said, if they want to take the next step but they don't know how, or they're just not sure, or they're worried that you're going to think they're weird, or their question is dumb, or like, how didn't they know not to message me? How dare them, or something, right? Like, they're not going to take action. So you could right now have so many people following you, let's say 50, 100 people, which is usually close to the size of a full clientele. You could have that many people following you who haven't taken that next step with you just because you haven't like directly asked for it, right? You haven't directly, like, you've probably indirectly been like, here's some of my openings. I'm accepting new clients, better than nothing for sure. But how much more compelling is it to be like, just DM me the word hair? I've got it from there, right? They know exactly what to say. If you're like, oh, DM me, they could still get in their own way. They might still be like, what do I say? Like, do I ask about how her day is going? I don't want her to think I'm rude. Do I like tell her my whole history? Do I like, can I just ask her a question? Like, they're getting in their own way with booking with you. You could have people right now who are ready. You just have to give them that chance. So that is the sales secret number 5. Every time you are giving value, which I know is often, even if you're sharing in your stories about your day or your own personal hair routine, you can then be like, let me help you get your own hair routine going. DM me the word routine, or click on this little button that's like, I want my own hair routine. Yes, right? Then it's like, hey, let's get you booked. Easy, okay? So give value and ask for the sale. Ask them to book an appointment with you. Okay, so let's just recap that really quick. For those of you that are here, how are you feeling? What questions are coming up in your head right now? Has this been helpful for you? Okay, so let's recap. So we have the first sales secret is money-making activities should be a priority every day, okay? More of a priority over a lot of other things, okay? So outside of actually servicing your clients behind the chair, money-making activities are it. And the good thing is you can do most of them from your couch, probably watching Netflix at night, okay? Number 2, you need to be bringing new people into your world every single day. If you don't have new people coming in, you aren't going to be able to post things that they care about. You aren't going to be able to book them for them to cancel on you, right? Like, stop focusing so much on your cancellation policy. Like, focus on getting more people in the door. Then you won't even have to, then you can fine tune that when that becomes a bigger problem. But if you have a ton of clients coming in, one cancellation isn't going to be so tough. It's tough when that's our only client of the week, right? So bring new people into your world, bring new clients into your world. We also want to look at number 3, more customers equals more money. We want to have a variety of services, a variety of clients that get a variety of services coming in. We want those 4-weekers. We want those 7-weekers. We want those, 3 months people too. But we want a variety. We want more customers versus less customers with a bigger average ticket, but then we have 1 client a week. Okay, we need to have a sprinkle and a mix. Number 4 is people are selfish. You have to give people a reason to pay attention, to want to read what you're saying. They are not going to just sit around and listen to a boring story or a boring caption or whatever from somebody that they don't really know or care about yet. You need to hit them right away with, why should you care about this, right? I could have called this live 1,000 things, but I called it Sales Secret for Hairstylists because that tells you what's in it for me to spend my precious time hanging out with Ren today, You have to give them the reason they should care right out the gate. And you have to stay on point and on topic, or you're going to lose them and they're not going to understand what's happening, okay? So number 4, people are selfish. And then lastly, number 5 is give and ask. Give and ask every single day, right? We need to give value. We're all good at that. But then it has to be followed up with something very clear you want them to do, not just book an appointment on my website, okay? Not that. That is not clear. That is not as easy as you think it is. Send me this word. Send me this number. Text me this emoji right now, right? We need to make it so easy. Tap on this little button in my story to get started. Super easy, flawless, so that there are no excuses. They can't overthink their way out of it because it's easy. They can't get confused because you've made it that easy. So I hope that these sales secrets have been helpful for you guys. I feel like, the word sales gets a super dirty reputation. We can be we've all had those bad experiences where a salon owner was like, you have to sell this, and didn't really help you with how that, what that should look like. And so then all of us have at one point or another felt kind of like a fraud or very uncomfortable in some sort of situation that has to do with sales. These ways make it easy. And I want you guys to know that it's not about making yourself anything else. It's about finding the way that feels good to you. Like I said, those money-making activities, they can be done on your couch. A lot of the methods that I teach the stylist in Luxury Client Method, they're very chill. You are not a infomercial the second your client comes in. You are not an infomercial for every single thing in your life. You can make it easy, but we have to understand that as business owners, our jobs are to make money and get clients and have sales and sell things and give people what they want. I remember when I was in college for marketing, I was talking to my dad about it, and I was like in this very like rebellious moment, you know, I was like a teenager or whatever. And he said, marketing isn't manipulation, like sales isn't manipulation, it's giving people options. It's just giving people options. Wouldn't you rather, if you're having a problem, like have these options and you get to say yes or no, but somebody is actually looking out for you? I feel like that's super caring. I feel like that is super caring to be like, you know what? I see you. Like, you know how many women, especially like middle-aged women, they say all the time that they feel invisible in our society. They feel invisible, like people don't look at them anymore, or people don't want to hear their opinions, or people are just expecting them to move out of the way and let the new generation come in. Like, women really struggle to feel seen and heard in society and in their own households. So I don't know if we really understand the gift that we're giving, even when we're selling, right? Even when we are giving someone these options, we have taken time to listen to them, to look at them, like physically look at them and give them eye contact and give them this like delicious one-on-one quality time. And then we're like, you know what? I can help you with this. Like, here's what we can do. This is for you. This is for you, right? It's not a website spitting out an answer after a quiz. It is for them. It is that connection. So anyway, all of that to say, love on your clients and keep showing up and focus on the things that really matter, the things that actually get you results in your business. Do your best to not get distracted by having a perfectly color coordinated grid, looking perfect in your stories, having your hair perfectly done. Like, you don't have to do any of that stuff. You just have to show up with that heart that's like, you have something you're struggling with and I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. It's so huge. I think we totally take our power for granted in that way. So anyway, long story short, thank you all for coming today. These are always saved on my Instagram grid, and you can always listen with podcasts to the Successful Hairstylist podcast wherever you stream them. Thank you so much. Share with a friend if you think they need to hear this message, and I will see all of you next week. And yeah, I will see you then. Bye, guys.